Good evening, parents, and welcome to our virtual open school night here at Holy Angel School. I'm Mrs. Cruz. I am the homeroom teacher for grade 7, religion grade 7, and math 6, 7, 8, and algebra class. So welcome. I'm very happy to be back here in person. I'm very happy to be back working with the students. They seem to be adjusting very well to our new normal. You should be very proud of them. They're quite, I almost want to use the word heroic in how they've accepted the new normal, so to speak. And they are working very well, very optimistic, wonderful attitude. So you should really be quite proud of them as I am. So let me just start with homeroom. So in homeroom, as you know, we have the familiar dismissal notices. We still need those. We need them to be in writing and handed in the morning of any change in dismissal. And we really need this in writing. Calling during the day is sometimes difficult. I know that sometimes there's changes at home last minute, but if this notice could come in the morning, that would be quite wonderful. Okay, and that works well for us. What's part of our new normal, and I'll try not to use that term too many times, is the COVID-19 screening that needs to come in on Monday morning from every student, and they can bring it to me if they're in my homeroom, or if they're remote learning at the Learning Center today, they would bring it over. So basically it's the first day that they come back in person to school following the weekend. If they happen to stay home on their remote day, then they should bring this in the next day, and that's important that we have that, okay? Each student in every class received a notice that looked like this, and I'm sure that you could find it in their folder. And I'll just go over with you a few things on this notice. The students have it. We've gone over it together. And so when we do get the Chromebooks, they'll bring with them to class, or when they come to class or to the Learning Center, they should bring their charged Chromebooks with them. They should have a math folder. In their math folder, they should have their e-lesson sheets, which I will go over with you in a few minutes. Any homework that they have from their textbooks. The textbooks should remain at home as their math binder should remain at home. We really work diligently to make sure that the students don't have to carry too much in their backpacks, because as you know, everything has to go home every day. So their math binder should stay at home, their math textbook should stay at home, and the only thing that's coming back and forth in terms of a binder would be their math folder. They should have a 5-subject notebook, which I think everybody has, which is going to be used for math, science, ELA, social studies, and religion. Again, the math textbook stays home, math binder comes home, stays home, and the only thing that should be coming back and forth to school is the unit lesson plans for the instruction program. And let me just show you what that looks like so that there's no confusion. I'm quite excited about this program this year. It's called eMath Instruction. And each grade level received a packet that looked like this: Math 6 unit packet, or Math 7. Here's Math 8. They pretty much all look the same cover. And inside of this packet, and this is what I'm pretty excited about, there's a lesson, and here's a lesson is two-sided, front page and back page. Theirs is two-sided, mine is single-sided. But each of these lessons has a video that it precisely matches it. And in the video, the teacher, Mr. Weiler, he explains each question very carefully and goes through the whole packet with them. And one of the positive responses I have from the students is that they like hearing another teacher explain some of the material. Sometimes it might be, pretty much we have the same teaching styles, which is why I was quite comfortable with the program. But the idea of the video is that they can stop the video, they can rewind a part that might be difficult. So if the students are in remote learning, they won't just be looking at a worksheet saying, oh gosh, I don't even know where to start, which seems to be the big frustration with math. So this is quite a wonderful program. I'm very excited about it. Again, I've gotten great feedback from the students. They like the teacher who's running the video. They like the worksheets. As you can see, they're quite comprehensive, which is nice. I like that it has some nice in-depth concepts for the students to think, to be able to be mindful of their work and to think clearly and deeply. And I think that that's quite important. So the lesson is front and back. So if the remote on the Google Classroom, it says lesson, if it says Unit 1, Lesson 1, then they would go to that lesson, and it's both sides of a worksheet. And they can do that worksheet with the video, or they can try to tackle it on their own and then watch the video and check their answers, whatever works for them. If it seems to be review work, they might want to tackle it on their own, then check their work. If it's a new material, they really probably need the video. What the Google Classroom, whatever is in there, let's say Monday, they look at Google Classroom, it says Unit 1, Lesson 1, and that's what we'll also be doing in class. So if a student is remote or if they're in class, we're covering the same material. Obviously, if they're in class in person, I might do the worksheet with them, or we might watch the video. Sometimes the kids like watching the video, and then that gives me opportunity to roam around and to help them. So that's a really nice aspect of this program. Then the second page of the lesson, on the top, it says homework. So this says Unit 1, down on the bottom here, it says Unit 1, Lesson 1, homework. Sometimes I give this as the classwork for the day, again, because it's convenient, it's consistent, it's just a nice program. Okay, so sometimes we'll be doing that at the beginning till we get used to the program, and then it will probably just end up being homework assignments. But for right now, sometimes I give the homework page as the classwork for the day, and that gets a little confusing sometimes. So they should just be careful with that instruction. Okay. So again, if it says Unit 1, Lesson 2, it says that on the bottom writing here, and you could look at their packets to see that more clearly, obviously. And it's going to be double-sided. Front and back is the lesson. And then the next page over, it says on the top here, homework. So it would say Unit 1, Lesson 2, homework. Okay, so these are the e-math instructions. This packet should come to class or remote learning every single day. It should not stay home in their binder. It should come to class every day, because we're either working on that lesson or they might be in remote learning and they need that learning packet. And in the remote learning, they have a Google Chromebook and they can access that video quite easily. It's in their Google Classroom and they can just click on, and I've gone over with every class how to find the videos. So the really nice part about this program is that each worksheet has a video that matches it precisely. And that's really a great options for the students in the current circumstances. And again, it's a nice program that follows the curriculum. On the sideboard here, which we have, the teachers are coming to the classroom. So in my room, 7th grade stays here all day long, and Miss Daly will come in, Miss Kearns will come in, and the teachers rotate. So on the board here, they'll have their social studies homework, their ELA homework, and their math homework. and their Spanish teacher will also come in here. The art teacher comes in, the music teacher, and the science room we are utilizing. So they do go to Mr. Ishmael because science is a different subject. But we're very careful with changing classes for that one subject. So let's see. So I think that I've covered all the material that I was worried about you're being aware of. And everything has gone home with the students. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me. I think that that's just in this day and age the most efficient way to communicate would be through email. And then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I've stated to the students several times that if they're in remote learning and they're using the Google Classroom, that any questions they have, they should email me and not use the comments, put the question in the Google Classroom, because during the day when I'm teaching the classroom, it takes a little navigating to go through each Google Classroom. If they have a question, I want to be able to address it as soon as I can. So email is, again, much more efficient if the students have a question. With the homeroom, and with all the classes, they should check in at 8:20 on their Google Classroom that they've been assigned to by their teachers, and that's how we take attendance. So it's very important. So I take attendance by the students in front of me, and then who is logged on between 8:20 and 8:40. So it's very important that they check in. And even if they're home during the day because they don't feel well, they should still check their Google Classroom. So we no longer have when we have to collect the work and then save it for them the next day, because the work is always provided on the Google Classroom for the remote learners. So I think that's it. Hoping that we can all be together in person quite soon, and but we're happy to be together. We're happy to be back in person in school. Again, the children are quite adjusting quite nicely to all the efforts that they need to make to stay safe and strong, and hope we'll see each other again. Okay, and quite soon. All right, so thank you very much. And if you have any issues or questions or concerns, please contact me and I will address them. Okay, thank you. Good night.